In a shocking turn of events, a former UN employee has been found guilty of murder. This startling conviction involves a man once entrusted with the promotion of peace and international cooperation, now accused of a most heinous crime. The victim, his own wife, tragically lost her life at a lodge nestled in the serene landscapes of Gilgil, Kenya. The court's decision, delivered with a heavy gavel, reverberated beyond the confines of the courtroom, echoing throughout the world. As the news spread, so did the disbelief, the shock, and the multitude of questions. How could a man in such a position commit such an act? What circumstances led to this tragic event? The conviction of this former UN employee prompts a deep and uncomfortable introspection within the international community. It brings to light the chilling reality that positions of power and influence are not immune to the darkness of human nature. This case has sent shockwaves through the international community, leaving many to question the integrity of those in positions of power and influence. Let's delve into the chilling details of the crime that cost a woman her life. In the quiet town of Gilgil, Kenya, a seemingly ordinary couple checked into a lodge. Unbeknownst to everyone, this was to be the last time the wife, a loving mother, and a devoted spouse was seen alive. The couple was none other than a former United Nations employee and his wife. The tranquility of the lodge soon turned into a crime scene that left the nation stunned. The crime was as brutal as it was unexpected. The wife was found lifeless in their lodge room, a victim of a heinous act of violence. The husband, the now convicted former UN employee, was immediately taken into custody. The motive for the crime remained shrouded in mystery, a chilling testament to the unpredictable nature of such horrifying acts. In court, the evidence against the former UN employee was overwhelming. Surveillance footage from the lodge confirmed his presence during the time of the crime. Furthermore, forensic evidence linked him directly to the murder scene. The testimonies from lodge staff painted a grim picture of the accused's demeanor that fateful night. All these pieces of evidence, when put together, presented a compelling case against him. The prosecution meticulously laid out the sequence of events, leaving no stone unturned. They argued that the defendant had not only committed the crime, but had also attempted to conceal it. The jury was left with little doubt about his guilt, leading to his conviction. Despite the conviction, many questions remain unanswered. What could drive a man, a former employee of an institution as respected as the United Nations, to commit such a brutal act against his own wife? What were the underlying issues that led to this tragic event? As the case closes, these questions continue to hang in the air, a grim reminder of the tragedy that unfolded. A horrifying act of violence that has left a family grieving and a nation in shock. The repercussions of this conviction are far-reaching and profound. In the wake of this shocking conviction, the United Nations, the Kenyan government, and the public have reacted with a mix of horror, anger, and disbelief. The United Nations, for its part, has expressed deep regret and committed to cooperating fully with Kenyan authorities in their ongoing investigations. This crime, committed by one of their own, has undoubtedly shaken the organization to its core. The Kenyan government, meanwhile, has assured the public of its dedication to justice, regardless of the perpetrator's standing or affiliations. The conviction of the former UN employee is a stark reminder that no one is above the law, even those who serve in positions of international influence and authority. The public reaction has been one of shock and sadness, but also of a grim satisfaction that justice has been served. Many see this conviction as a victory for the rule of law, a sign that even the powerful can be held accountable for their actions. But what does this mean for the future of the UN and other international organizations? One possible implication is a renewed focus on internal oversight and accountability. The United Nations and similar bodies might introduce more stringent background checks, better psychological support for employees, and stricter enforcement of ethical standards. The conviction may also prompt a broader conversation about the power dynamics inherent in international organizations and how these can sometimes shield wrongdoers from justice. Perhaps it will lead to a push for more transparency and accountability, not just within the UN, but across all institutions of global governance. Yet, even as we look ahead, we must not forget the human tragedy at the heart of this story. A woman lost her life in a brutal act of violence, and a family was torn apart. This is a stark reminder of the work that still needs to be done to ensure the safety and dignity of all people, everywhere. As we grapple with the harsh reality of this crime, it is clear that the path to justice is long and fraught with challenges.